Hey everybody, so I realized that I had not properly introduced myself and kind of given you a backstory on our life and where we are at this point in our life so that you can start this journey with us and follow us and know what we're talking about whenever I bring up a name or I say something about what's going on in our life. I want you to be like, what are they talking about? So I thought I'd better give you a little bit of a backstory. My name is Amanda, and I am 29 years old. My husband, Michael, and he is 31 years old. We have 3 children, Curtis, who is 7, Elizabeth, 9, and Gage, 13. Elizabeth and Curtis are both our biological children, and Gage we will be adopting in the month of October. So next month, we're very excited. I will be posting hopefully an adoption story in the coming months after all that kind of transpires. So I'm excited to do that. I am homeschooling my 2 younger children here at home. We just started our first year of homeschooling this year. So Curtis did 2 years of public school and Elizabeth did 4 years of public school before we decided to pull them out and homeschool them. And I have a video already that I've posted kind of why we decided to homeschool and why we feel like that's best for our children at this point in time. Now, will we always homeschool? I'm not sure. At this point, I am loving being able to homeschool. The kids are loving it, and it is something we are planning to do for the future. And you can hear the kids in the background. They're watching a show while I'm making a video and talking. But anyway, so we are a family of 5 now, living in about a 900 square foot house, 3 bedroom, 1 bathroom. So me and my husband's bedroom is our office slash catch-all room. Everybody has that one room, right? That's the catch-all room. Yeah, that's our bedroom. And then my daughter has her own room, and the boys share a room. And then, of course, the 1 bathroom, which we would love to have 2 bathrooms in our future home. Speaking of our future home, we would love to be in the country. Now, this is just a dream, and it's not something that we're set on, but it's whatever the Lord wills in our life and where He decides to take us. But our dreams are to be in the country, and we would love to have animals, chickens, and maybe a miniature cow. I've talked about getting a miniature cow. I think that would be so cool for milk. So we have these dreams, and they're kind of out there a little ways, but I think it's good to have dreams, don't you? So we would love to be in the country. So we're trying to pay off our house, and we are very close to paying off our house. Hopefully this next year we will have it paid off. We have been working so hard at trying to get this paid off so that we can move forward with whatever we're supposed to do in our life. So we've been pushing and saving and just piling on as much as we can onto our mortgage. We actually followed a little bit the Dave Ramsey plan. The problem is, you know what? I can just make another video about finances because that's going to take forever to try to explain that. So I'll make another video about finances so that you guys can hear all about that kind of journey in our life. So let's see. We would love to be in the country, but right now we're in town, and we love our one neighbor. He is awesome. His name is Gary. He's an elderly gentleman, and he is like a second grandpa to the kids. We absolutely love him. He is like one reason we would never want to leave where we live, but we don't like everything else about living here. So, but other than that, we love him. But we have our dog Susie. Of course, I can't forget to talk about Susie. I made a whole video about her. Susie's awesome. You guys can watch the video about Susie. She's the family dog, and she has been with us since we were first married 10 and a half years ago. So me and my husband's been married for 10 and a half years. We absolutely love each other, probably more now than we did when we first got married. And we have a whole story of how we met and kind of our journey through, figuring out what works. I will tell you right now, communication is key in a marriage, and we learned that pretty quick off, thank goodness. But we've learned it even more as time has gone on, how vital communication is in a marriage. So that's for another video. We'll put that one in the bank. So we've been married for 10 and a half years, and those 10 and a half years have not always been easy. We have definitely been on kind of a, roller coaster ride, a very interesting journey. There was one point in our marriage when Curtis was first born. It was that winter. My husband got laid off, and we were very, very poor. And we were worried, where's our, next meal coming from? Had a brand new baby and a toddler, and it was a very scary time. But the Lord came through for us and provided meals from the church we were going to at the time. Brought us bags upon bags of groceries. I mean, it was such a blessing. I wound up like bawling and crying, holding Curtis in my arms. It was just a major blessing in our life. So we went through all these trials and all these things in our life, and I wouldn't really change much about it. There was a couple things I would change. Maybe if I could, I would release offenses and release hurt and pain that others had done to me quicker. And I wouldn't hold on to those things like I did now looking in hindsight. But you know what? All those trials that we went through, all the things, all those ups and downs in our life, they really have built us and built our character. And I'm believing that the Lord will use that for His glory, for our future and what He has planned for us. So I keep on talking about God. Yes, we are very grounded in our faith. We love God. We love to be involved in our church. We're Apostolic Pentecostal, which if you search that on the web, it's not always good things, but I promise you it is the best. It is like biblical truth. It is just grounded. Like, you cannot diffuse it. I've been in other religions. I've gone to other denominational kind of churches in my life, and this is the only one that has spoken full truth and that I have found to be 100% true from a biblical standpoint, which there's nothing beyond the Bible, in my opinion, that's solid. And so if you can find me the biblical truth and show it to me in its entirety and not just pull out one scripture, then I'll believe you. But so that's our faith, and we are very grounded. My husband does the van ministry at our church, and I help him occasionally with that. And then we also teach a Wednesday night class called King's Kids. So I'm the main teacher, and then he's like my co-teacher, but really it's like we would teach it together. So it's like we were just both teachers. He has been doing that for, oh goodness, probably 2 years, maybe. I don't know, I can't remember. But I've been doing King's Kids for probably 3 or 4 years. Man, it's been so long ago, I can't even remember. It's been a while. It's been a while. But it's been such a fun journey, like learning and growing. I started out in the preschool class, and then I went up to the King's Kids class shortly thereafter. And it's just been a really big learning experience, and I love it. I love being able to teach other people truth and, build their faith. And that's one thing I hope to do on this YouTube channel, is to build your faith and help you with anything, that might, like I did my Journey to Positivity. That was something that I did personally in my life that helped me spiritually. And I hope that you guys check that out and it helps you some way. So anyways, we're very grounded in our church. We're very active. Van ministry. We're both Sunday school teachers, and then my husband is on the board. So we are very involved in that. That's something we'll probably talk about quite a bit in our videos throughout the time. I would love to do more object lessons and that kind of stuff. I know that I've had a few of the Sunday school teachers at my church ask if I could do YouTube videos based around object lessons, because I have my one object lesson that I did like forever ago. If you look at that, it's like all grainy, and I was much bigger back then, but you know, it's a good video. It's a good object lesson. So I'm going to be trying to put some more object lessons on and that kind of thing to help, you know, whoever wants that. I have my weight loss videos on YouTube, and I'm slowly adding to them. I lost 40 pounds in about a 6 to 7 month stretch, and that was a really big, you know, thing that has happened in my life. What else is there that I can tell you guys? I don't know. We're just going through life, journeying through life. There's always going to be something new coming up whenever you're talking about life. No two people's lives are going to be the same. Everything's going to be different. And I'm hoping that I can help someone who, you know, is going through life, hopefully sharing a little bit of our life and the journey that we are taking can hopefully help someone else with their journey of their life, and how, you know, something we went through maybe and didn't handle so well, maybe if you see that we didn't handle that well, or that, you know, this is something we would have changed, maybe it can help you guys to see that and be like, oh, okay, so they tried that already, it didn't work, let's change it, and let's go this direction and try this direction. So with my homeschooling thing, like I said, this is our first year, and I'm learning as I go. And so I'm going to mess up along the way. And if you're thinking about homeschooling and you're like, I don't know if I can, well, just watch my videos and see how we do it, and then decide, you know, is it something that you want to try? There's a lot of things that I'm learning, and I will pass those right along to you guys. And I'm not going to, you know, hold everything back. I'm going to be straightforward with you guys, and I'm going to give you the real deal and tell you, you know, what's happening and how I'm handling it. And but anyways, yeah, just lots of stuff. If you guys would like for me, I would love to do a Q&A sometime, and that would involve you guys putting some questions down in the comments here, and I will review those questions, and then I would love to do a Q&A. I have seen other people do Q&As, and they just find a list and then they just read off their list and they do it. So I could do that, but I would rather have some people who are interested to know certain things, and I would try my best to answer those things. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope to see you back here real soon. Bye!